Hello everybody, welcome back. So we did a live video earlier today on priming and prepping the face. So I've got concealer, the Luminous Tint Primer, a little drop of CC cream, and my Ultra Finish powder, and my Flawless in the middle of my face. The most important primer of all, the Flawless. And did you know that that is half price this month with a $40 purchase? This is really high. So what we're going to do now is finish my face with some color because I look a little pasty and pale. So my canvas is ready to go. Everything's prepped and primed. So we're going to start now with the color. I'm going to do the easy stuff first and save the eyes for last since that's a little more complicated. So I'm going to start with some bronzer. And remember I said earlier, all of our products are magnetized, so you're going to be able to build your own palette. So I'm going to do some bronzer. And what I like to do with that is start on the forehead and do a 3. So you kind of do a little there, come down, and down on the jawline. So it's just like a 3. So and you can see how already I look like I have a cheekbone. We'll do the other side, a backwards 3. So it's very simple. I have a lot of friends and clients that I see, their face just is all muddy because they have bronzer everywhere. So I'm just trying to give a little bit of warmth to my face. Bronzer isn't a must-have product. It's a personal choice. I like bronzer. It warms my face up a little bit, but it's not necessary to having your makeup look flawless and good. Okay, so the next step, if you really want to do a little contour and highlighting, is you would go back with that concealer that we did earlier today and take a flat foundation brush, and you can actually come under the bronzer and look at what happens when you highlight that. So all of a sudden you've got cheekbones for days. It really emphasizes, and you can go up there and highlight that area a little bit more too. So if you want to get really fancy, that is not my everyday makeup, but you can do a little highlighting. So it's like bronzer, highlight, bronzer, and that's gonna really carve out your cheekbones and make them look even more chiseled. So that's what you can do with your concealer. Now, I'm going to go back and add some blush. Because I'm older, I can't just do bronzer without blush. It's too muddy on me. It's too aging. So I have to definitely warm my face up. Add a little bit of color to my bronzer. I love these brushes. I love this one especially. It's got a really cool angled tip. So it makes applying the blush so easy. And for me, I personally, this time of the year, really like a cream blush. And normally that's what I would put on. For you guys, I showed you a powder because that's the norm. But if you are dry right now, if you have trouble with looking in the mirror and your blush is gone throughout the day, take a cream blush, take a fluffy old makeup brush, and kind of hit the apples of your cheeks with that cream blush. Now it's going to look a little bright for right now, but I will do a little baking and tone this down. Cream blush is just, you know, we used to take lipsticks and rub them on our cheeks. It's kind of the same concept. They just stay on all day long. So what I'm going to do now is go with a little translucent powder and kind of bake my face. I know y'all have seen this all over YouTube. I'm going to take a damp beauty blender and some translucent powder and create this really thick layer of what we call baking. So I've got concealer in there, and you're gonna see how that's gonna really help with the circles, cover those up even a little more. And you always want to bake where you have problems with any kind of oil or makeup breakthrough. So this is really just pushed into the skin. It's not dusted on. So that's just gonna sit there. Now I'm also going to take this powder and coat my eyelashes. Can y'all see this? And coating my eyelashes really is going to make that powder, make my mascara have something to cling to. And so in just a minute, y'all are going to see my eyelashes just explode. We're going to move on to lips because, again, that's easy. So we're doing lips next. I'm going to use a little Scarlet. We have 3 lip pencils, Scarlet, Nutmeg, and we have a clear. It has no color whatsoever in it. And so that's for people who love reds and wines and and you have a hard time finding a lip liner that matches, really lip liner is to keep your lipstick from bleeding and from running, and to maybe enhance your lips a little bit. So we have a clear one. It just comes out with no color. It just keeps that barrier on the lips if you really struggle with your lipstick wanting to travel. So this is the Scarlet, and I am going to draw a little outside my lips. I know not everybody is a lip pencil girl, but these lip pencils and these eyeliners are amazing. They're waterproof. So if you put this on, let me stop talking for a second, and color your whole lip, this is like applying a lipstick. It doesn't move. It is there for hours. Now, I'm a lip gloss junkie, so I love having the Scarlet and the Nutmeg, both of them in my makeup bag, because one's pink like this and the other one is that nude that we love. And then my favorite lip gloss on the planet is called Rose Dust. It's got a pretty mauve with a little bit of shimmer to it, and with whichever lip gloss I'm wearing, I'll just add the Rose Dust, and it's a really simple, quick lip look for me. So you can wear the gloss by itself if you want really, really natural. But I love a nude pencil, and the Nutmeg is that really perfect nude. Can y'all see that? So it's that really, really good nude that if I wear it by itself, it can be just a little bit muddy because I am older, and sometimes the nude stuff doesn't do as well for older skin as it does for younger skin. But by putting a little bit of a rosier gloss over it, it kind of brings it to life a little bit. But today I have on the Scarlet liner underneath it. We have a color called Cherry Wine that every person I've put it on, it looks amazing. It's that perfect copper nude, but it's got just enough wine in it that it's not so brown. So if you've been looking for a really great nude neutral lipstick, look at the Cherry Wine when you go to order. Okay, so we've done some cheeks, a little bit of bronzing, we've done our lips. I already look like a different person. I'm going to move on to brows. Now, I'm really lucky because I have a lot of eyebrows. Now look at the difference brushing that eyebrow up. That's a facelift right there. That lifts that entire side of my face. So I'm going to go through and brush the other side up. It amazes me how many people just don't brush their brows up and they just go straight across their face. Now, in a perfect world, your brow lines up with the side of your nose and it ends with the end of your eye. And I am starting to get a little sparse in here and out here. So I'm going to take our natural, I can't remember the name, natural taupe. I can't even remember the name of that. And I'm just going to lightly fill in right in here. I don't have to do much, but you can see how that little bit finished off that brow. And I'm just going to finish my tail. So if you've already got some hair, this pencil, it matches like everybody. It's this weird chameleon color that tends to go with everybody's eye shape. Let's see what I'm doing over here in the real mirror instead of using the phone. Okay. So if you really have no brows at all, but you have some very light blonde hair there, what I would suggest is a brow powder. So you can take a brow powder and find a spoolie. I can't find mine right this minute, but a spoolie would have, here it is. So you can get these from Sally's or Walgreens or whatever. So it's got the applicator on one end and the spoolie on the other one. So you can take the wax and go through the hair, and the wax is going to help make the hair have some grip so the powder will cling to it. And then with brow powders, you can customize and get more of a three-dimensional look. So I can go in with a little brown, a little bit of that olivey color, and get more of a customized color to my brows. And it really it matches pretty much every skin tone. So if you've got some hair there, but there's just no color or definition, I would suggest a brow powder. If you're like me and you have a lot of eyebrows, when I was in school, I had one eyebrow. So that's why I still have so much, because I had a massive unibrow my whole life until I got old enough to do something about it. Now the fun part for eyes. The very first thing I'm going to do is something called tight lining. Tight lining is how you are going to make your eyelashes all of a sudden pop. If you're a natural girl and you don't like a lot of makeup, you're going to just go in here and pull that eyelid up. See if I can get closer. And you're going to line on that fleshy part right under the eye. Let's see if I can get a mirror where I can get a little closer. Okay, so can you see how this eye without mascara or anything already looks like it's got some drama and a little bit more definition than this eye? And that's only because I lined up underneath here. So I'll go ahead and do the other side. And it takes a little bit of practice. You know, I wore contacts my whole life, so my eyes aren't super sensitive. And I'm going to do just a little on my waterline. That's a personal choice. Not everybody likes to do that. You can line there with a white or a beige or a champagne colored pencil, and that kind of opens your eyes up. For whatever reason, I like mine dark on the inside, but I don't always do a lot of liner on the outside of my eyes, but this gives you a lot of drama. And something else is I just put some Visine in my eyes right before this video, and if you'll notice how white they look, I don't do that often because they say it's not good for you, but if you're going to a special event, a wedding or something, a white strip, the crust white strips on your teeth and some Visine in your eyes takes 10 years off of you. As we get older, our eyes yellow and dull, and so do our teeth. And by getting them white and bright, it just looks youthful and young. So pop a little Visine right before you have to do something special, and you'll see a brightness and a zip to your eyes. Okay, so let's start with a little bit of a smoky eye. So I've got a way to cheat. If you're really afraid of a smoky eye, here's a little quickie one that you can do. So this is a pencil called Bronzed Ink, and I'm just going to come in here and very messily kind of do this little sideways V on my eye, and there's nothing special about that. And I can go underneath. You cannot overdo this color because it's such a soft, pretty color. And then just take my finger and kind of smudge it. So if you've always wanted to do a little bit of a smoky eye, but you're challenged and it's not comfortable to you, try doing that. Just a little sideways V with a really light, this is the perfect color pencil. It's called Bronzed Ink. And it's not dark chocolate. It's definitely not black. But it gives you that perfect smoky eye without having to do 3 or 4 shadows on your eye. Okay. So that's one way to cheat and get a little smoky eye. And then you can take a little light powder from your palette and just kind of blend it all together. So that's a little daytime smoky eye for you. So on the other eye, we'll do the straight up, the real smoky eye. Okay, so I'm going to take a little highlighter, and this is what we call our color box. When Wendy has at least one of you guys book a Facebook party or book a real live party, she gets to earn this for $29.95. It's over $100 worth of products. She gets to choose her blush, her highlighter, or a bronzer, 3 shadows. I have an eyeliner powder and 2 shadows in here. She also gets a lipstick. She gets her entire face for 30 bucks. And that's what I'm working out of today. It's great to travel with. So I'm going to take a little bit of the highlighter powder and highlight the tops of my cheeks, which I forgot to do a while ago. A little bit on my nose. And then I'm going to take my finger and come in here and highlight my eye with this. And a little bit on that brow bone. And as you can see, I am not super, I'm very messy. I'm not very organized about this. I just get it on there. So for me, I like to kind of pop my eye, and I take the highlighter and go right in here in the corner, on the inside corner of my eye, and that kind of brightens your eyes right there. And now I'm going to take an amazing color. I love this color called Baked. It is this great kind of a brownish gray color. So it's one of those colors that kind of goes with everything. And so I'm going to come over here, and on the little fleshy part of my eye, I'm going to deposit my color and come in. Hey Wendy, I'm glad Wendy's on. Somebody's on here with me. So I'm going to deposit this color and swirl it and come in. Remember, you guys, the first place you touch is where you deposit the color. So if you touch in here, your eye's going to be really heavy. So if you touch out here, that's where we want the most of the color. And this is the perfect size brush to do this with. And this is part of our brush kit, and that's also on the purchase with purchase, half price with a $40 order. So I'm going to take that baked and just kind of build that up right there. And I'm also going to take that same baked and go under my eyes. Remember I said I don't like eyeliner under my eyes? I didn't mind the bronzed ink because it's so light, but I'm going to take this baked color because it gives you that really smoky look without looking like I've put a lot of product there. Okay, so that's the beginning of the smoky eye. Now I'm going to come back with a darker charcoal on a smaller part of the eye. And I'm going to mix it with a little purple just for fun. And I'm going to do a little lower V. So that other one was up higher and this one is a little lower. Now this is a pretty dramatic smoky eye. So some of you may not be cool with this. It may not be like a look you would do, but it really is fun. A smoky eye can be purple, it can be navy, it can be blue. Most people think of a smoky eye as grays, browns, or some blacks, but this is a little purple and a little chocolate. I think it's really pretty. It's one of my favorite smoky eyes. It's what I've been kind of doing a lot of lately. And I'm going to take a really good angled brush that comes in that little eyeshadow package, and we're going to wet it with some hydrating spray. And I'm going to dip it down in that really dark chocolate and a little bit of that purple, and I'm going to create an eyeliner. I'm really far away from this camera, so who knows what I look like up close. But can you see that this is the most perfect eyeliner? So I'm using the pencil on the inside of my lash, but I love using wet powder. And we have 3 eyeliner powders. We have an indigo, an espresso, like a cocoa color, which is a dark coffee espresso color, and onyx, which is black. So, but I love using my eyeliners with powder. It's a much more natural look. So let's see here. So you can get it as heavy. Can y'all see that? You can get it as heavy or as light as you want it. So you can see this eye's really getting built up. And I'm going to come underneath it just a little bit and do a little. I've got a little too much of that baked color down here. So I'm going to take my concealer brush and clean that up. And remember, I have all that powder cooking on my skin right there, so it's very easy to brush away any excess product. And I'm going to come in with a little gold eyeliner. I'm obsessed with gold eyeshadow right this minute, so not eyeliner but eyeshadow, and create some drama. And I'm going to put it on my finger and also add it right here on the lid. Okay, so you can see that's kind of a daytime smoky sultry eye, and this one's much more evening, much more drama. So now if you guys want to do a winged eye, a little tip I have for you for that is to come in with your eyeliner, if I can find my black. So if you love a winged eye but you're not sure how to find your wing, this works for any eye shape. So you're going to come into the corner of your eye, catch it, close your eye, and then that is where your wing would go. Have you ever tried doing a wing and you draw it and it goes, you know, your wing goes out here, it goes down? As middle-aged women, we want everything going up, right? We don't want things turning down. So you catch the corner of that eye, you pull it out, and then you would come backwards, and that's where you would connect it. So if you want to really get that extended smoky eye look, that's how you would do that with a liquid pencil, or this is a waterproof pencil. These are so silky, they're so easy to work with. So I really like these pencils. I'm going to go ahead and even myself up over here. So I'm going to catch that corner, pull it out, and come backwards. And so I've got a little bit of wing going on, but you can see a big difference in the two eyes. So we'll just even that one up just a little bit. You can see how I'm just going to come in here really quick, you guys. I don't spend a lot of time on this. But now they're a little bit more even, and that little bit of gold right in there. I love the gold, but I kind of always start my eye the same way every day. I always start with with the highlighter on my lid. I kind of do the same thing, and then if I decide to go in a different direction, it's the same basic eye. These are still a little bit different, but I'll fix that later. Now for the mascara, my favorite part. I'm an eyelash junkie. We have two mascaras. We have our A-list and we have our stretch. I actually happen to like them both, so I use both mascaras, and I'm going to show you why. I love a good mascara that curls and fans out my lashes. So watch this. This is shaped like the shape of my eye. So I'm going to get in here and see if I can get this a little closer to you. I'm going to get in here and put this at the base of my eye, push it up, and I want you to watch what one coat of this mascara is going to do. And normally I would get these crazy drama mascaras because I like a lot of lashes, and I would have to clean them up with a spoolie because it leaves my lashes clumpy and messy. So with this one, look how clean that is. It makes my eyelashes fan out and separate. Now remember, I put powder on my lashes, and that gives the mascara something to grab to. So it's almost like I have fibers or primer. You can buy primer mascaras. There's all sorts of ways to build up your lash. But look at that. And that is with this very clean, very easy to use mascara. And it's got a small wand so I can really get the bottom lashes. If you struggle with your bottom lashes, you can go get a tiny little spoolie from Sally's and work on your bottom lashes. So I'll always do 1 or 2 coats of this mascara. And then I'll come back with the stretch lash. For everyday life, this is way enough mascara. This mascara makes my eyelashes huge. So for every day, this is all I need. If I'm going somewhere special and I really want crazy eyelashes, and that's already pretty crazy, making sure I don't have any clumps. I do have a little bit of fallout that I can see in my mirror here that you guys might not can see. But look at that. So that is with really 1 good coat on each eye. So I'll come back, I'd put a second coat. You don't have to put a second coat. And I do have good lashes, but you guys saw them without any mascara at all. So what a difference. What a difference 20 minutes makes. I don't look like the same person. So normally I would let this set, I would let it dry just a minute, and then I would come back with the stretch. So while I'm letting it set just a minute, I'm going to take a little translucent powder, the same one that I baked with, and just come in here and knock down any flyaway product on my face. The blush, the cream blush that I added. And you guys, this cream blush, it will be here all day long. It does not come off. I love cream blushes. So if you haven't used one in years, I know our moms used to always use those. They call them rouge. It's really such a trendy thing right now. So my mascara is set up a pretty good bit. I would come back with the stretch mascara, and as a middle-aged woman, when I was younger, I used to focus on the corner of my eyes. I wanted my eyes to be really winged out. Now that I'm, older, almost 53 years old, I have to focus more on the middle of my eye to open my eye up. So I'm going to come in here in the center and just kind of pull and stretch those middle lashes up. And look what this is going to do. And normally I would let this dry a little bit longer, but look. Isn't that crazy? So if you are looking for an amazing mascara, I have long lashes, and I've always struggled with mascaras getting little dots up there because you can see my eyelashes will touch. I don't have that problem with this. With either mascara, when you wash your face at night, it's clean. It doesn't leave your skin stained. It doesn't leave a mess around your eyes. And it doesn't sting or irritate my eyes. I have a lot of sensitive eye people that are loving the A-list. They're not having any problems with it whatsoever. The secret is the A-list is a clean mascara that curls your lash. And because I do have longer lashes, I've always had problems with my lashes going flat late in the day. And so this mascara keeps them lifted up, which is like a little facelift for our eyes, a little eye lift. This mascara is for drama. And so you see how fat the wand is. You can use any fat wand mascara. If you have a mascara that you love, I still like the A-List first because it makes my lashes curl up so pretty. But then I'll go back with a big crazy fat wanded mascara to add the crazy drama and the volume to my lashes. So I hope that that helped you guys. Don't forget the luminous tint. If I were going out somewhere special, remember we did that on the other video, I would come back and add just a little more shimmer to the top of my cheek. And later on in the day, if I want to touch my makeup up because we're going to dinner or something, and I feel a little dehydrated or dry, there's nothing like the luminous tint. That texture to just lubricate around our dry areas before you add on a little bit more powder. But you guys, this makeup is so good for your skin, and it doesn't leave you clumpy. You can't look at your face and see piles of makeup. I've gotten more compliments on my makeup since I've switched to this brand in the last 4 or 5 months than ever in my life. So if there's anything that I didn't cover today, something that you want to know, just drop a comment in and I'll come back and check later and I will answer any questions that you guys might have. So tomorrow I'll be back on with all of your skincare concerns. So we'll cover bits and pieces of different skincare things tomorrow, and then we'll check out of her party on Tuesday. So just let me know if you guys have any questions at all. Thanks. Thanks, Wendy. You are too. You're gorgeous. Thank you.